The field of paleoanthropology is fragmented in multiple senses. First of all, the fossils themselves are fragmented. Second, the record is fragmented in space and time. And third, I would say the field itself is fragmented. So what do I mean by this? Well, first of all, fossils themselves are typically fragments. Stephen Jay Gould said that most hominid fossils, even though they serve as a basis for endless speculation and elaborate storytelling, are fragments of jaws and scraps of skulls. Of course, we do sometimes find more complete fossils, but what Gould is talking about here is the kind of typical hominid fossil that is discovered. The record is also fragmented. An article in the journal Science a number of years ago compared the hominid fossil record to the book War and Peace. It said the primary scientific evidence is a pitifully small array of bones from which to construct man's evolutionary history. One anthropologist has compared the task to that of reconstructing the plot of War and Peace from 13 randomly selected pages. Conflicts tend to last longer because it is so difficult to find conclusive evidence to send a theory packing. And if you read books by paleoanthropologists in their memoirs, they'll often talk about how difficult it is to refute a theory in paleoanthropology because the evidence is so sparse, and that leads to a lot of, you could say, controversy and turmoil within the field. So the fossils themselves are fragmented. Also the field is, or the record is fragmented. Richard Lewontin at Harvard University said that when we consider the remote past, before the origin of the actual species Homo sapiens, we are faced with a fragmentary and disconnected fossil record. Despite the excited and optimistic claims that have been made by some paleontologists, no fossil hominid species can be established as our direct ancestors. So we see that there are gaps in the fossil record, and the record is fragmented in space and time. Finally, the field is fragmented. I love this quote. It's by a PBS Nova producer who was doing a documentary on Neanderthals. And he said, each Neanderthal expert I talked to thought that the last one I talked to was an idiot, if not an actual Neanderthal. So the field itself is also fragmented. Senior editor of Nature, Henry Gee, says that the fossil evidence of human evolutionary history is fragmentary and open to various interpretations. I think that's a very fair comment. And the question I would ask today is, well, what about the interpretation that humans did not evolve from ape-like precursors? Is that interpretation also allowed?